Hello and welcome to this introduction to the 5-week spring detox program that I'm going to be facilitating on the Facebook group. And this is a means of introduction and to set a bit of tone for what is going to be 5 weeks of support for you to hopefully break out of what may have been a heavy, dense energy resulting from our winter den, and to clear the slate in a way so that you can start fresh with, really, in terms of the seasons, a new year. So spring is considered to be that season of rebirth, and coming out of that winter den and realizing some of the things that you want to achieve in this now new cycle. So in order to do that, then we need to break out of some of those winter habits and the energy that I mentioned, which can be quite dense as a result of the cold, wet conditions. And so you know that I am guiding with Ayurvedic principles, but actually it's really just common sense. If we look to nature as inspiration, winter has been the time when I've been encouraging you to do less, to be with more nurturing self-care practices, to rest more, to refuel, and allow that rest to then repair and reset. This is the time now, though, to change those habits. So I hope that this is a bit of a start for you in that. But I would like to suggest the other thing I'm going to do is to help you create some intention for how you want to feel through the season. So if you haven't already, get a notepad and pencil together. And what I'm going to do is just quickly share my screen so I can show you what's ahead of us with regard to the spring program. And so these are Ayurvedic protocols. So in Ayurveda, actually between each of the seasons, and in particular between winter and spring, and also from autumn to winter, is suggested to be a time to really encourage detox, but actually more than any, spring is the time to encourage detox, according to Ayurveda. So we're going to use all Ayurvedic protocols, and I'll run through those just briefly. And the idea here is to feel more light, bright, and ready to rebirth whatever it is that you want to manifest. And so this is our program. It's 5 weeks. It's actually going to be more like 4 weeks of doing things. And the first week will be more about your preparation. And because I want this to be really accessible and quite a relaxed program, to be honest, I want you to be able to enjoy this, and I want you to be able to access it. You can do it as intended now, or even later on in your own time, if you decide to. So I hope that this is really accessible for you. So the first week's really going to be about preparation. The second week is going to be digestive reset, and we'll do that with a mono fast. Mono means one. So we will eat one particular meal 3 times a day, and it will either be over 3, 5, or 7 days. And I'll give you guidance on what that food could be. I'll give you a recommendation, but you can choose your own. And I'll tell you why we're going to do the mono fast and what are the benefits of all of that. So get you interested in the benefits of that. I'm going to give you advice on how to choose a 3, 5, or 7 day. And we will set up food plans, and there will be little rewards. I sort of feel like there needs to be something to look forward to when you take away quite a bit in doing the mono fast. So little ways to also keep you with momentum through the program for that reset in the second week. So that'll be next week, and I'll spend this week getting you prepared for that. The third week, I'll be encouraging you and offering solutions for external body detox. I'll talk about that in a minute. The fourth week will be focusing on activity, and I'll offer yoga, but it might be that you consider other movement. But we'll do meditation, mantra, and breath work as well, really specifically for detox. And then I really thought it would be a good idea, not just looking at yourself inside, but also looking at the things that you've got around you in the home. So I'll give you some tips for bathroom, laundry, and kitchen. So I've just switched slides now. We've talked about week 1 and week 2. So this week's about preparing you for the digestive reset. And then the following week is the digestive reset. So that's our first 2 weeks. And I'll give you lots of information in this preparation week: the recipe, the shopping list, the food plan, empowering you for decision making on what to eat and how long you'll be doing that plan for. The third week, so I wanted to talk about, I'll introduce to you the bodily detox practices. This may be something that you're already doing, or it might even feel overwhelming. So I'll be introducing these particular body practices, but it might not necessarily be that you try them all. So neti, which is nasal irrigation, nasya, which is nasal hydration, oil pulling, which is using oil in the mouth, tongue scraping, dry body brushing, and abhyanga. These are the main and pretty easy self-care practices to do and to just ramp up right now in order to, few different reasons, all around detox. But the nasal ones, for example, can be really useful in overcoming hay fever symptoms, or just a buildup of mucus that might occur. But there are other benefits with the other ones, and I'll run through those on week 3, and I'll give you how-tos and where to get the products if you needed to buy anything. But I hope for this to just be a really easy thing that maybe you could use with things in your kitchen. Then, as I said, we'll do detox yoga, movement, pranayam, philosophy, meditation, and mantra, and then the home stuff. So I think that's all I sort of really wanted to go through with regard to what's coming up. And hopefully that piques your interest and make you realize that I hope that there's something for everyone, and it could be just a relaxed way to come into your spring, or you can take this on as something that could really completely change how you feel. And that's the point. I'd like to think that maybe this could really transform how you feel. That's the reason I'm doing it. And that would depend on how you show up to the detox program, because the resources are going to be available to you. And I'd love for you to take advantage of those. So before we get into now, I would like to invite you to do a meditation. But before we do that, let's do some contemplation. And so with your notepad, I'd just like you to you don't have to write. It could be just something that's better that you think about. Maybe you're visual and you like to write. That's fine if you do want to. But I'd like you to just to consider now, just take a moment just to ask yourself, having come out of the winter den now, we are in equal light and day with the equinox. How are you feeling after your winter season? Have you felt rested and nourished through the winter season? Or do you feel still depleted? What has this winter season offered you in how you're feeling right now? So with that, you've considered how you're feeling right now, and this being equinox, that is the equal light and dark. And it's a nice symbol, isn't it, to consider what is balance, but we know things are always changing, and we're not expecting to be in complete balance. But what is your state of balance right now? If you could take inspiration from this equinox period, are you feeling more depleted than you are energized? Are you feeling ready for what's coming ahead this spring and summer period? Are you feeling ungrounded? Are you feeling heavy? Are you feeling confused about how you feel? That's okay too. So those two questions were, how are you feeling following now that winter season? And what is your state of balance? The third question I'd like you to consider, and it might be that you just stick with the first one and two. If you're still going that, feel free. But the third one I'm going to ask you to consider is, what habits have served you well through winter? What habits have served you well through this cold, wet, and dark season? Are there any habits from winter that you think you might be able to continue through spring? Or do you think you have some habits that may need to change? I definitely have a habit that I am very keen to change, and was really hard on myself. Probably maybe it was about July. I was thinking, I just didn't want to get up. I did not want to get up in the morning. It was cold and dark, and I stopped walking the dogs in the morning. And I was really hard on myself about it. I had that sort of self-talk. And then I just gave up. I was like, no, this actually doesn't feel like the right time to be getting up and taking the dogs for the walk in the dark. And I let myself sleep in longer than I would have otherwise. So longer than I was in summer and autumn. And it was probably the first year I sort of said, I was kind to myself and realized, well, it's winter, it's less light, and we are asked through that to do less. And I gave myself permission to not get up before 6 o'clock. But that's a habit I am really keen to change. But I know that is now a habit. Like, I need to work on changing it. My motivation to change is there, but I need to actually activate that. So that's one thing that I definitely need to change. All right. So hopefully that's encouraged some thought about some of your own habits. Now, have a think about, what are some new ideas or projects or qualities within you that you might have been sitting on and maybe feel ready to begin to realize? So again, what are some ideas or projects or even some qualities of yours that you want to now manifest, or that you feel ready to begin that process of manifestation? What have you been sitting on? What's ready for your birthing? And while you're thinking about that, you might come back to these, by the way. What is standing in your way in order to achieve whatever it is that's wanting to be birthed. That new idea that you have, that new habit maybe, or maybe it's a particular quality that you want to cultivate, or maybe it's really specifically a project. Have a think about what is it that's standing in your way? What are you going to need to overcome before that could be realized? So if you need to, you can come back to those questions. The last question is probably the one that I consider to be most important. And that is, how do you want to feel? How do you forget about what you want to achieve and the habits and all the little things? Yes, they're important, but now I want you to think about, how do you actually want to feel in this new season? What are the qualities that you want to embody? That might be something. I'm just going to keep talking, and I expect that little bits might resonate, or maybe you're just already writing and you just stick with that. But if you need a little bit of more prompting, maybe it's an actual sensation in the body. Maybe it's a particular emotion. How do you want to feel? Maybe it is a particular way of thinking. This is not necessarily what you want to achieve. It is, how do you want to feel? And have a think about that. Do you want more energy? Do you want more clarity? Do you want to feel more open? You want to be more gentle with yourself? Ceasing that negative self-talk, perhaps? Do you want to feel more rested, grounded, energized, calm? Just be really clear about what it is, how it is that you want to feel. And that, I feel like, is the most important part of entering now this new stage, this new season, is being really clear on how it is you want to feel. And so if you have that now, I'll invite you just to close your eyes wherever you are. You could be laying down or you could be seated. We're going to come to lay down soon, but you can just stay seated if you're already now. And just bring your hands to cross in front of your chest and rest the hands on the chest. And just feel yourself breathing and sitting or being wherever it is. And now imagine yourself obtaining those feelings that you've said to yourself that you would like to manifest. So imagine yourself a timeline ahead now where you are indeed with that feeling that you desire. Know what it feels like to be however that is that you want to feel. And notice how you look. Maybe you're noticing a smile or a lightness in your being. Maybe you're imagining yourself in a house or a room or outside. Maybe you're walking or sitting or playing. Just imagine that future self of yours where you have already achieved the feelings that you now desire. Notice how that feels, what you look like, where you are, and who you're with. And now, when you're ready, you can release your hands and blink open your eyes and find your pen and paper again and write an affirming statement that says, I am those particular qualities that you want to manifest. So we're now going to be using this as your intention, or sankalpa in Sanskrit. And I encourage you to make that a positive statement. So if, for example, you would like less self-talk or less reactivity, for example, rather than using the word, I would like to be less self-negative or less reactive, use positive words instead. So I would like to be, or I am calm and responsive, or I am with self-loving talk. So just a point of clarity when you're writing your intention, making that a positive affirmation, and it to be a future-led statement where you will be able to use this in your meditation now. And then maybe it's something that helps you to come back to when you are in your 5-week detox program or in any other self-development program that you're choosing to take. So I hope that was helpful. If an intention hasn't come to you yet, I kind of moved through those journaling activities with a little bit of pace. If something hasn't come to you, then may I suggest you might use this sankalpa. I am clear, calm, and energized. That is my hope for my detox, that as I'm going to be joining you. And that really is the intention. I am clear, calm, and energized. But please go with the one that works for you. And either way, we will do a meditation now so that you can seed your intention into your higher self. So I'll explain what the meditation is about while you're getting ready, if you like. And to do so, I'm going to recommend that you're laying down somewhere comfortable. And if that means you feel more comfortable turning off your video, please feel free, you guys, absolutely. And so as you do find a comfortable place to lay, with a pillow to support your head, perhaps, and a bolster, perhaps underneath your knees, or a blanket. Maybe you need a blanket on your body. You feel free just to find that comfortable position now. We will be doing a yoga nidra, and I will be encouraging you to remember your intention. So have that nearby. Make it very simple, and you can always come back to this meditation later with a different intention or a refined intention if you choose to. Okay, so in your comfortable position, make any last changes that you need to so that you're completely comfortable. And that hopefully you don't need to move. If you are able to remain still, it's possible that through this process, you will go into a state of sleep with the body and mind asleep, but your awareness remaining in my voice. And that higher self engaged in what it is that I guide you to, and for you to enable your reciting of the intention to your higher self. You don't need to think about this. You just get yourself comfortable, make any last changes so that you can now deeply relax and listen to my voice as I guide you into this yoga nidra. Notice how your body is feeling and the parts of the body that are in contact with the floor beneath you. And relax those parts of your body into the floor. And feel yourself heavy, relaxed, and rested. Notice how your breath is feeling. The cool air that is coming in through the nose and then out, warmed from the body. Begin to count each cycle of breath and count backwards from the number 8. So each in and out breath is a cycle. Counting backwards, each exhale from the number 8. Counting towards 0, and the closer you get to 0, the more relaxed you feel. As if you were peeling back the layers of tension with every count of cycle of breath. And you can discontinue that count now. Even if you didn't make it to 0, you can just relax and trust in the weight of your body supported by the earth, and the rhythm of the breath without any control. And take your awareness now on a journey around your body. Slowly bring your awareness to the right hand, thumb, and feel the sensations of the right hand, thumb. Bring an image of the thumb into your mind. And then let that go as you move now to the index finger. With a little more pace now, we'll move to the middle finger and the ring finger. Aware of the little finger, the palm of the hand, the back of the hand. Aware of the right wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, the right shoulder, underarm, right side of the chest, waist, hip, groin, the whole right thigh, kneecap, calf muscle, right ankle, the heel of the foot, top of the foot, the right big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and the fifth toe. Become aware of the whole right side of the body. Relax the whole right side of the body. And move awareness now to the left hand thumb. Feel the sensations of the left hand thumb. Move awareness to the index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and the little finger, palm of the left hand, back of the hand, the left wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, left shoulder, underarm, left side of the chest, the waist, the hip, the groin, the whole left thigh, kneecap, calf muscle, left ankle, the heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, the left big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and the fifth toe. Move awareness to the whole left side of the body, the whole left side of the body. Move awareness to the back of the body, back of the legs, buttocks, lower back, middle back, upper back, back of the shoulders, back of the arms, back of the neck, back of the head. Become aware of the front of the body, front of the feet and the legs, the pelvis and the belly, the chest, front of the shoulders, arms, neck, face. Feel the jaw, mouth, right cheek, left cheek, right ear, left ear, very tip of the nose, the whole nose, right eye, left eye, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, space between the eyebrows, forehead, temples, the scalp. Become aware of the crown of the head. Feel and sense the crown of the head as open. When you breathe in, feel as if you could breathe in through the crown of the head. There is a light that surrounds you, and you can breathe that in through the crown of the head, down the spine. Breathe in through the crown of the head. Breathe out now through the tailbone. In through the crown of the head. Breathe out through the tailbone. Continue. As you breathe out through the tailbone, feel and sense roots growing from the tailbone, the buttocks and the legs. The light that's pouring in through the crown of the head. With the inhale and the exhale, a sense of grounding and release through the tailbone, buttocks and legs. Notice the tailbone now as you continue to breathe freely. There is a red light, a warm glow. And you can feel and sense that safety, security, and your sense of grounding. And say to yourself now, I am safe. I am safe and secure. Feel and sense again the crown of the head as you breathe in, moving down, and exhale through the sacrum. Inhale through the crown of the head. Exhale through the sacrum, which is at the back of the pelvis. The luminescent light coming in through the crown of the head, down the spine. And then breathe out through the sacrum. You begin to feel and sense a golden amber light. That warm orange glow in the pelvis. Filling the whole pelvic bowl. Rest your awareness now with that warm orange glow in the pelvic region. And say to yourself now, I am connected. I am connected and in touch with how I feel. Relax your awareness again at the crown of the head as you breathe the crown of the head in and then out through the navel. You exhale through the navel. Inhale through the crown of the head, down the spine. Feel that showering with every inhale into your body and exhale, moving out through the navel. You begin to feel and sense a bright yellow light, that golden yellow like a sunflower in the navel region. Rest your awareness in the whole navel region. And say to yourself now, I am with courage. I am with courage to fulfill my purpose. I am with courage to fulfill my purpose from the navel. Move your awareness again to the crown of the head. Inhale through the crown and exhale through the heart center and the center of the chest. Inhale, crown. Exhale, heart center. Feel and sense an emerald green color emerge in the center of the chest. As you rest your awareness there now, the warmth, the bright green color in the chest radiating out in all directions. I am connected to myself. I am connected to my divine self. I am available to receiving as I am connected to all other beings. Relax and trust. As you bring awareness again to the crown, inhale through the crown, exhale through the throat center. Continue, inhale crown, exhale throat. That bright luminescent light coming in through the crown. And an aqua emerging, a light blue color emerging in the throat, a pulsing of energy from the spinning wheel in the throat. Rest your awareness here and say to yourself, I express myself freely. I express myself authentically. I am free to express myself authentically. And just feel how that resonates. Trust, know that is possible, and you are freely expressed, whether it's this timeline or a future timeline. Again, crown of the head. Inhale through the crown. Exhale through the eyebrow center. Inhale, crown, feel the head up. Exhale, eyebrow center. Inhale, crown. Exhale, eyebrow center. The deep indigo blue emerges in the eyebrow center and the space between the eyes and behind the eyes, a pulsing of presence. Rest your awareness in this presence in the head, indigo in color, and say to yourself, I trust my inner voice. I trust my inner voice above all others. I wholeheartedly trust my inner guidance. Relax. Aware again at the crown of the head, soft. There is a purple violet emerging in the crown of the head. And it connects you to that showering of light that surrounds your body. You can continue to feel that like a waterfall into the crown of the head, washing down through the head and the neck, into the spine and the chest, past the navel, the pelvis, sacrum, and the roots, in the buttocks, the tailbone, and the legs. Feel your whole body relaxed and showered with this healing light. Bring your awareness to the right side of your body, right side of the body and the left side of your head. Feel it light up. Right side of the body, left side of your head. Ask yourself, the right side of the body, what is the one thing you need to do today or tomorrow in order to achieve your intention? Don't think about it. Just feel a response and trust. What is the one thing you need to do in order to actualize the intention you've set? Let that go. Think about and feel the left side of your body, left side of your body and the right side of your head. This is the feminine side of you. Left side of the body is lit up. You can feel it tingling. Say now to this side of your body, I trust implicitly and surrender to receive whatever it is, whatever challenge that comes about. I trust implicitly on this journey. I am ready to receive. And that's through that sweet combination of action and letting go of attachment that you will achieve what it is that you intend for this next season. Bring awareness into the center of your head. Remind yourself of your intention. Say it now 3 times the way you know it to be true. Now imagine yourself obtaining those qualities that you intend. Picture yourself in a future timeline where you are embodied with those intentions. How does it feel in your body, in your heart, in your head? Imagine that you are already with whatever it is that you desire. Bring that image of yourself obtaining those qualities and notice where you are, what you're wearing, and who you're with. Stay here for a moment, feeling those qualities. Take a small picture of that for yourself to reflect upon. This with a wholehearted trust and knowing this is possible for you. When you put committed, aligned action in place, together with trust and surrender. Now remember where you're laying in that nurturing space with your body relaxed and rested, and the breath that is moving in and out. It may feel quite subtle, deep and soft. And now offer yourself gratitude. Please look down at your body and find something that you're grateful for right now. Know that this is a really important part of creating and manifesting those qualities that you want and desire. It's being grateful for where you are, what you have, knowing that that is your foundation to build upon. Even offer yourself a smile. It might not be on the lips, it might be in the eyes or in the heart or in the belly, knowing you're exactly where you need to be. Now you have come to the end of this actualizing practice. And so I invite you to perhaps begin to release with some deeper breaths and movement. That might involve a stretch. It might involve just rolling over to the side. This is now the time to complete your practice in any way that feels right for you. And I will leave you here. I hope that this was helpful for you in a check-in, creating of intention, and a practice for you to come back to so that you can bring that intention into your higher self. Hope that you can do this again, and that I will see you in this next week for your 5-week detox preparation. Thank you for joining me, both those that are live, thank you guys, and for anyone that's catching up, please reach out with any questions, and I'll see you very soon.